Good morning, yogi friends, and welcome to day 4 of this 5-day, 10 minutes a day yoga challenge with me, Wandering Alice. Today we are going to be thinking about balance. So how can we be balanced on the mat with our postures, but also how can we bring balance to our life off the mat? And I always find that when I achieve something on the mat, when I bring myself to this peaceful place, this little square of cork mat, this is my peaceful place. And when I bring myself here and I just give myself the time to really connect with my body, with my mind, with the earth, with higher power, I find that it weaves its way naturally into every part of my life, and it makes me think about if I can be balanced on the mat, then I can surely be balanced off the mat too. It doesn't always work, but it's a practice, and that's why it is a practice. So yeah, today we're going to think about balance. And we're just going to start down on the floor. We're going to come to all fours, and we're just going to take a bird dog to start, just to think about how we feel with the floor still there beneath our hands and our knees and our feet, and then we'll move up. So you're going to take your left foot behind you and flex your foot if you can, as if you're pushing against a wall behind you, and then bring the opposite arm up. And you're building strength here with that balance. So bring your core in, make sure that your core is strong, and just breathe when you're here. And then release. And then you're going to do that on the other side. So bringing your opposite leg, flexing that foot and bringing the arm up, keeping your gaze on your mat, strengthening your core, breathing into it, feeling balanced. And release. And we're going to do that once more on each side. So left foot back if you're with me, right arm forward, breathing into it. Next exhale, lower down to the mat. One more on the opposite side. Breathing. And release. And then rock back onto your knees. We're going to slowly come up into standing. And we're going to take a couple of balances from standing position. And I really want you to think about, when we become imbalanced in life, off our mats, like how does that feel? We get a bit crazy, or we become anxious, or we just can't function steadily. But when we practice these balances, we realize, or I realize, and I want you to realize, that with that sense of focus and strength, you can bring that balance into any situation. So we're going to start with a single leg balance. So standing in a nice mountain pose, shoulders rolled back, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles, stretching out those fingers, really bringing those toes and connecting with the mat beneath you. And I'm going to be challenged today because it's windy and I'm a bit uneven, but here we are. And then bringing your right knee up. When you focus your gaze on a non-moving spot, and then bring your right knee up. And you can stay right here if that feels good for you. If you want to go a step further, you can bring one hand to the knee and just stay focused and think about that leg that is rooted into the ground, keeping you balanced. And again, if you want to keep going, you bring that right knee out and then bring it back to center and then release it to the mat. Well done. And remember that wherever you are, if you need to tap your foot down at any point, if you need to hold on to something, nobody is judging you. Yoga is like water. You're the receptacle. Yoga is going to fit to your body. Remember that. So take your time. We're going to do that on the other side. So focusing your gaze, bring your left leg up in a bent manner. You can hold on to that knee if that feels good. And when you feel steady, bring that knee out to the side. You can even bring up this other arm to help balance you out. Breathing. Nice, deep, steady breaths. And then back to center. And release. That was me a bit wibbly wobbly on my natural floor, shall we say, here in the Scottish Highlands. It's so nice to be practicing outside though, so I'm not complaining. And we're going to take I'm just checking the time because I'm trying to keep to the 10 minutes. We're going to take a tree pose now, and then we'll come back to that single leg balance and see if we want to go a little bit further. So for tree pose, standing with your left leg rooted into the ground and bring your right foot, you could just tap it. You can even keep the toe on the floor and just bring the heel into the ankle. You could be holding on to something. There are no rules. But if you're with me, you can let's bring the right foot towards the knee. Keeping that gaze, keeping the balance, breathing. And if you feel that you want to, you can bring the arms up, hands into prayer position. Breathing, focusing your gaze, releasing shoulders, letting go of tension. Breathe into the steadiness. Balancing yourself on and off the mat, and then release. Shake your legs out, and we're going to do that on the other side. So focusing your gaze, preparing your left foot, thinking about where you're going to bring it to, where feels good for you today. Focus your gaze. Steady yourself, and the wind is just really blowing. I feel like I'm going to be tumbleweed being blown off my mat. But I'm going to try and keep steady in this thing that we call life. Steady through the challenges, arms up if you want to. Steadying the gaze, breathing deeply. Tap that foot down if you need to. No competition here. And then release. Well done. I think we will do, shall we do another tree or shall we do another single leg balance? I think we'll do another single leg, and this time we'll try and do it a little bit differently. So I'll turn to the side. So bringing your right foot up, bent knee, you can hold on to it. Keeping your gaze steady, breathing, releasing shoulders, letting go of tension. And then bring that right knee out, bring the left arm up to balance you. And then bring that knee back to center. And if you feel that you want to, straighten that leg out in front of you. Doesn't matter if it's low or high. Whatever is right for you. And then when you're ready, if you want to, you can bend it and you can push it all the way through for airplane. Remembering to breathe and then let go slowly. Well done. I'm going to do it on the other side now. The wind is really picking up. Once more. Left leg up, bent knee. Steady your gaze. Steady yourself, steady your breath. Think, I am balanced. Bring that left knee out to the side. Then bring it back to center. You can lower your hands, bring that leg out in front of you. Remembering to breathe. And if you want to, push it behind you for airplane. and then let it go. And just come to the middle of your mat. Raise your arms up, bring your hands together, bring them to your heart space. Well done, everyone. I have one of my lovely students who tells me that she practices these balances whilst brushing her teeth. So it's just a way to invite yoga into your life. When you're cooking, you're stirring a soup on the stove, you could practice your tree pose. So, and just think about emotionally that sense of balance and how when we can balance physically, we can also balance ourselves better emotionally. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, and I'll see you for day 5 tomorrow.